Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to make a really cool bracelet using beads from the Magical Mystery Bead Box from Jesse James Beads for August 2021. But first of all, our encouraging word for today is a fun fact, and it says, did you know giraffes get most of their water from the leaves that they eat? They only need to drink water once every few days. So, makes me wish I was a giraffe because I don't drink enough water and I'm always dehydrated. So, must be nice. Alright, so we are going to use this gorgeous magnetic clasp from the Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box for August. No, July. I'm sorry, did I say August before? I think I did. No, it is August. I'm so confused. Yes, it's August. It's definitely August. I'm sorry. It's August box, I promise. Okay, so August. Yes, we're going to use this beautiful magnetic clasp and we're going to make a bracelet. So what you need to do basically is look through your Jesse James beads from the box and pick out the ones that you want to use. So I'm using 2 of these large blue ones, 2 of these little English cut crystals. Let me scoop my camera up just a bit. Okay. I'm using 2 of these cracked glass beads, and don't pay attention to the fact that it's wrapped, wire wrapped. I'm using these 2 big ceramic beads. I am using 2 of the frosted glass yellow beads. And that's it for the beads. So we're going to be using 20 gauge wire. This is just artistic wire, gold, 20 gauge. And we're going to be using some tiny little jump rings here. Okay, so it's going to be very simple. I'm going to show you how to wire wrap your beads. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking the beads and wrapping the wire around them and down the bead a couple of times to just make a really pretty decorative little element, and we're going to make a bracelet with it. So I've got this many beads. Now my wrist is small and I never get to use all the beads that I want to because of it, but I'm going to show you how to wire wrap on these 2, and then if we need to use them on the bracelet we can, and if it won't work then we won't use them. So okay, so you're going to need round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and cutters, and it's good if you can have a pair of bent nose pliers as well as your straight chain nose pliers. That would be helpful. So take your wire, and I usually cut about, I don't know, 5 inches or so. Let me measure this and see. I just eyeball it. I usually don't measure. It's about 4.5. Okay. And what we're going to do, of course you don't need less for a smaller bead, but we're just going to bend this. I'm coming down about, I don't know, 1 inch maybe. We're going to bend it 90 degrees. We're just making a wrapped loop at first. Then I'm going to take my pliers, my round nose pliers, and we're going up and over. Now my pliers are horizontal. Yeah. Oh Lord, it's been a long day. It really has been. They are vertical. They need to be horizontal. So we're going to flip them this way and come on around. And here we have our little loop. We're going to grab our loop with our bent nose pliers. This is where these come in really handy. And we're just going to wrap around a couple of times, just basically to secure this wire onto the longer wire. That's all we're doing to secure this loop. Okay, I'm going to take my cutters, trim this up. And then it's very important on this bracelet to make sure that you don't have any of these little snags sticking out. You want to tuck this really well, because if you don't, it will scratch your arm or catch on your clothes, and that's no fun. So just make sure that you get that tucked in really good. Okay, so we're going to put our bead on just like this. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. I'm going to bend 90 degrees. Take my round nose pliers and go up and over. Turn these vertical. I think it was horizontal. I had it backwards a minute ago. Sorry. And then we're just going to grab this with the bent nose pliers, wrap around a couple times, and then go down your bead just like this. Then we're going to wrap around a couple times up here. Now you can go twice if you would like to. I did on this bead. You don't have to do it on all of them, but like I said, if you want to, you can. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. This one we're just doing the one wrap. Okay, and there's that bead. It's very pretty. It just gives it a really pretty decorative element. Okay, so my next one, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. I'm going to take this pretty much the same amount because this is a smaller bead. And again, bending 90 degrees, I'm just going to make a little wrapped loop here at the top. I'm going to go up and over. And I'm just going to grab this. You don't need a whole lot to wrap with. It really just needs to come right around like once or twice just to secure it to your, that's really all that this is for, because we're going to wrap twice up this bead. So it's going to actually cover this part up a little bit. Okay, so tucking that. Then I'm going to put my bead on. Okay. We are going to bend 90 degrees on this end. Come up and over, rotate, and come under. I am going to go around once. I'm going down my bead. I'm going to grab this on this end. Now I'm going to go around again on the other end. I couldn't get it around there. I had to grab it. And then I'm going to go down one more time and around again. And this time I'm going to go around a couple times here. And then I'll cut this off. Whoops. And tuck it. Okay. And then if you want to tweak these wires a little, you can. I kind of think those are good the way they look right there. Might scoot this one that way just a tad. And then on these big ones, I took them and I just took my plier here and just kind of kinked it like that. Just gives it a little more interest. Okay, so here's our beads. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this beautiful clasp and we're going to attach the beads. I'm going to do 2 jump rings on each connection, okay? Not attached to each other. Here, let me show you. I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to put this jump ring right on through both. Whoa. And I didn't hang on to that very well, did I? These jump rings may be too small. I may have to go up a size because I don't want them to be, I don't want it to be too hard to get them closed. Let me just check here. Oh goodness, it may be. And the jump rings, it's funny, everything sticks to this clasp, so I like totally lost that one. He's probably stuck on here and I just am not seeing him. Let me do another one. If I can't get it on this time, I will switch to a bigger one. I just like to use the smallest ones if I can, but these may be too small for this. Sometimes the problem is me not having a good hold on my plier. A lot of times that's the problem. Okay, so let me see if I can get this closed. Yeah, it actually fits just fine. It's me not having a good hold on the plier. Okay, but I'm going to double jump ring this because I just want to make sure that it is secure and you know, it gives it an extra layer so nothing comes undone. So I'm just I put 1 jump ring on and I'm just basically doing the same exact thing beside the other one, just putting another jump ring on. And all that's going to do is just give it a little more security. Yeah, my coordination's not the best. That's part of the problem. But yeah, it's just going to give it a little more security and hold it, you know, in case one jump ring would open up or something. There would be another one there to hold it. And good Lord, everything's sticking to these pliers because now they're magnetized because of this clasp. I love this clasp though. I think it is so beautiful. And I was trying to think of some other way to use it, even other than just on like a bracelet or something. But I just thought it would make such a pretty focal on this that I just went ahead and didn't try to be too creative with it. I just thought I'm going to use it just like it's intended as a clasp, and it is really pretty. Okay, so that was difficult, but it worked. And we have, you know, 2 jump rings on there. I think it's going to be nice and secure. So we're going to do the same on the other side, and I'm actually going to put one of the smaller beads over here, I think. I'm just randomly going to put these beads on. There's not going to be any, I'm not going to make a pattern or anything like that. There's 2 of each bead, but I just kind of wanted it to look random. Okay, that one's a little weird color. Some of them look a little brassier to me than others, and I don't know why that is, but maybe I've mixed two different kinds together. That's entirely possible. I didn't think I did, but maybe I did. Let me grab him again. So I'm doing the big blue bead on one side, the cracked glass bead, green bead, on the other side. Just like that. So there's 2. And so with this bracelet, I'm going to do this bigger ceramic one next. With this bracelet, I really have to watch the length. This is a bracelet that you don't want to be too tight because you don't want the magnetic clasp being pulled on too hard. But you don't want it too loose either because you don't want it flopping around all over your arm. So it's going to be a fine balance here, and I may have to even just try it on a couple of times just to see, to make sure, because seems like I always end up getting my bracelets either too long or too short. My wrist is really small, but what I do is I want to add more and more beads because I love beads, and then I end up with a too long bracelet, or I think I'm not going to do that this time, I'm going to make it right, and then I end up with it too short. So I'm going to get it right this time, I am. Okay, let's see, we've got these left. Don't want to use that one, I just used it. Don't want that one to be in the same place, so let's go, how about yellow? Yellow is always pretty. And so that's all there really is. I mean, this is an easy one. You just wire wrap your little beads to create these links. And then we're just jump ringing the links together with double jump rings. And really, the links, this part of it, takes the most time. The wire wrapping of the beads is pretty good. Pretty quick. And I'm kind of loopy because I've been up since 4:15 this morning. Actually, before that, I woke up early because I was afraid the alarm wouldn't go off. You all ever do that? You're trying to sleep and you don't trust your alarm, so you're like, you just don't sleep good. That's what I did all night long last night because my younger son, Landon, was flying out today to go back home. He's been here for a week and a half, or about a week actually. Logan stayed a week and a half, but Landon's been here about a week, and he had to fly out this morning, and I just don't trust my alarm clock apparently. Okay, now what I've done here, because I'm distracted and not paying attention to what I'm doing, is I've put these jump rings on wrong, and now they're laying weird, and you have to be careful when you're double jump ringing these things together not to do that. So just kind of keep an eye on it. If you end up with them on wrong, they'll be kind of stiff, like your link won't move correctly. And I may actually need to turn. Let me get this one off and I will figure it out. I may need to turn the direction of this loop. No, this should go just like that. Okay, yeah, I just put it on the wrong way. You just have to be careful that they don't cross over each other and that they both are going the same direction through the loops. So if they're not, it'll create a problem. So just keep that in mind. There we go. That's better. They have to lay side by side. Okay, so here's what we've got. Definitely need to do a brown one. And then maybe I'll go yellow over here, green over here, or probably like this. If I end up using all these beads, we shall see. I may end up leaving the green one off. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to go ahead and hook these together, just like I've got it laid out there with the double jump rings. I'm going to go ahead and hook this brown bead on, and then I'm probably going to take a look at it and see if it fits. Well, I know it's not going to be, it's going to be too small now. I'll probably hook this one on and the yellow one on the other side and then evaluate. Like I said, I really want to get the sizing right on this one. I've used the bracelet boards and stuff before, but they really just don't help me. I don't know. I'm just one of those people that never can seem to get the sizing right on the bracelet. Okay. I'm going to do this one. This little yellow bead. So Landon flies out this morning at 6 o'clock. Of course, we had to have him at the airport early. And he lands in Huntington, and I get this call. And he says, "Did I leave my keys at your house?" I'm like, "No, I don't think so," but I was looking. I had already kind of made a sweep through the house, because you know how kids are. And Landon's always been known for leaving a trail of his belongings everywhere he goes. So I checked the house before they left this morning, and then again after I got home, and I never did see his keys. So when he called, I checked the car, I checked the back porch, I checked the garage, I checked everywhere. And apparently, I don't know what's happened to them. He said he had them when we got home from the beach last night, so they should be here somewhere, but none of us knows where. So they'll turn up one of these days. I've already stripped all the beds and everything, so I don't know. But anyway, he was locked out. He had to call his landlord and everything to get in his house, his apartment. Oh, kids. Okay, I know I said I was going to try the length, but I am going to hook this blue one on because I know that it's going to at least need one more bead. I can just tell by looking at it. And then we'll check the length. Yeah, this Magical Mystery bead box this month, they're all fantastic, but this one, I am telling you what, I have had fun with it so far. I've made 3 or 4 things. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. Let me just... Yeah, it needs one, possibly 2. So I'm going to hook another one on this side. Probably go... Do I want to do that one? Probably. This big one. I'm trying to kind of spread the big ones out a little so they're not side by side totally. And I think if I do this one and the green one, that'll be enough beads in this bracelet. I just really like the kind of boho vibe in the wire wrap. It's pretty cute. And I usually don't use magnetic clasps, especially on bracelets, but it seems like this one is pretty strong. I don't think it'll be a problem. If I find that it's falling off a lot, then obviously I will take it off and use something else. But it kind of is the focal on this bracelet, so I hope it works out. Alright. I think I can go one more. I think I can do that green one, but we're going to make sure. Yep, one more will do it. Don't get to use you, buddy. I'm sorry, you're so pretty. There's a lot more I'd like to have used too, but I'll have to use them in something else. Alright, so this one, we're going to hook everybody together. So we're going to hook this one to this guy with 2 jump rings. Grab another one. Just going to double jump ring it. I just like the security it gives on these link bracelets. And you've got these beaded links that you've made, and I was doing really good until this jump ring, and then it jumped right out of my hand and right onto the magnetic clasp. There we go. There we go. And then we're just going to hook these two together. And I'm pretty daggone sure that it's, yeah, that'll be good. So let's put these two together. And we'll have a cute little bracelet with some pretty boho colors. They're springy, very springy colors in this box. They're just beautiful. It's a gorgeous box. If you haven't watched the unboxing, watch that and you can see everything that's in it. It's probably one of the prettiest ones I've ever seen them do. Alright, so let's get this one on and one more. It would be ideal actually to use split rings on here, which I have, but I abhor split rings. I can't even say how much I hate them. I hate using them. Let's put it that way. I hate I've got the pliers that open them. I just despise them, trying to work with them. So I rarely ever use them. I would rather double jump ring everything than split ring anything. Alright, so there we have it. This is so cute, I think. Oh my goodness, Jessie James Beads does such a fabulous job. But we have our little magnetic clasp. And I'm telling you, it finds itself. This one is pretty daggone tight in there. And, you know, the bracelet is slightly loose on me. It is going to twist, but I'm okay with that. I wanted it, you know, I don't want it to be too tight to where it's pulling on that magnetic clasp. You want it to be a little bit looser. So I think this turned out super cute. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me on YouTube with the algorithms, and like the video. And please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me so much. And I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. So check out Jessie James Beads for check out my description box below the video for Jessie James Beads links that will take you to these Magical Mystery Bead Box and to any other items here I've used in this bracelet that you can get from their site. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!